Hello, this is Lori Beckman, and I am a certified life coach and an energy healer. And I am having my great friend Jennifer Stewart from Canada on here live today, off the cuff, because I hadn't done any interviews lately, and I decided that I needed to do an interview with my good friend Jennifer Stewart. She has been doing some healings on me, and she's been doing some healings on my dog. She's very intuitive. She's amazing. And she's a wonderful radio host of the show, Find Your Sparkle. So I'm just waiting for Jennifer to show up. I just sent her the link last minute, so I'm sure she'll be on here pretty shortly. So let's see if this is her. So how are you guys doing today? I'm having a wonderful day. I went and had my blood tested today, and the lady that took my blood got me on the first try. That is so amazing. Usually they take about 3 or 4 times to get me in the right spot. So I got my blood tested and everything is all well. The weather's beautiful in Florida today. I'm so excited to live here because I was in Chicago last weekend for an amazing mastermind for Inside Out Institute, and it was really cold. So a weekend is about all I can handle of that. So let's see where Jennifer is here. Can't wait to see her. She's my great friend. I'm sure she's freezing right now in Canada. Let's see how we do this. So how are you guys doing? Blue's here with me. We're getting ready to give this interview together, and Jennifer's going to come on and talk to you guys about her energy healing, and I'm so excited to have her on. Jennifer, where are you? Let's see here. Okay, that's okay. So I am off today, and the reason I'm on here trying to give this interview is because usually we have a tennis match on Tuesdays, and I had a bye today, so I have the time available. Let me just send her another invite here. Okay. So you can hop on here and tell me where you guys are from. I'm on here. Are you coming? Your link is in the Facebook Messenger. She's coming. I'm so excited. I'm on here already. Okay, she should be showing up here pretty shortly. So sorry about that. Sorry about that. We just off the cuff last minute decided to do this. And she is so amazing. And I can't wait to talk to you about energy healing today. La 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 la. Wait on Jen, she's coming. Oh, come on, Jen. Let me think about some jokes. Do I have any jokes to tell today? Right off the cuff, I can't think of any. Of course not, when you need one. So, Jennifer. Maybe the connection is a little off in Canada. She lives in Canada, and she's probably her connection could be frozen. So you never know. I'm so glad to live in Florida. I feel so blessed. Florida is such a beautiful state. I love our weather. It's a little chilly right now for us for usual. We're usually not this cold, but we can handle it. We're blessed. Here she comes. Oh, yay, I'm so excited.
Hello.
Woohoo! Oh, I'm so excited to see you. How are you, Jen? You look so beautiful.
I am. Oh, thank you. I am great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So
Awesome.
I already texted them a bit about what we were going to talk about, coaching, energy healing. And I got Blue here with me. So you can just...
Hi, Blue.
Jennifer says hello, Blue. First off, I'd like to start off, I don't know if you have the notes for him, but you did a healing on my dog recently.
I did.
Yeah, so I'm excited to hear about that.
I did one last night, actually. Well, it was interesting because I know you're very concerned about his skin condition. and I am finishing up my certification for the emotion code. And I thought last night, oh my gosh, I still have to do one more animal, and I had reserved a spot for Blue. And last night when I did the reading about his skin, something came up about abandonment at 1. And I thought that
Wow.
that was interesting. And then resentment at 4. So those are the two big ones. And I don't know. I felt like they were really huge, like huge
Yeah.
things. So I'm really hoping that, and that was all I got, were just those two, but they both felt like they were really significant. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that you'll see, well, that Blue will see an improvement in his skin and less yeasty stuff.
Yes, that's awesome. And probably the reason that you only found 2 is because I always turn his name in for people to do healings on him. And so several people are doing healings on him at the same time. So probably some other
He's,
stuff had been removed prior. He
yeah.
had yeast for like about 6 months or more. And I'm telling you, he must have lost 20 pounds because the yeast got in his gut and he was throwing up all his food. So
Oh my,
I've been so concerned. When your dog loses 20 pounds, everybody thinks they're more sick than they really are. So I'm so excited and grateful that you did that healing on Blue. And he is looking
right.
better today. He's a little peppier today. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, good. Good, good, good. Just bear with me for a minute, Lori. I'm going to take my Wi-Fi off because my internet's acting up. So I'm going to go on my data.
I already warned him that your stuff might get frozen in Canada because it's so cold up there.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. All
Just
right,
make
good.
sure that when
I
you
just
get
had, I'm in
frozen, you
the,
get frozen on the right facial expression. Because sometimes
oh my gosh.
sometimes
Was
when
it a
it
bad
freezes,
one?
you don't want it to. No, it wasn't a bad one. But I know that sometimes when
Oh,
you get
thank
frozen,
God.
it can freeze on the wrong facial expression.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, hopefully we don't have that problem anymore because I live in the boonies, so my internet is a little bit sketchy. So I just took the Wi-Fi off, so I'm totally on data now. So hopefully that will work.
Oh yeah, you're speaking more true to time right now. Yeah, that sounds
Oh,
very
good.
good. Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here and talk about, I'm not sure what you prefaced our conversation about besides Blue and energy work, but I'm just so excited to be, delving in more to energy. I think you and I've had many discussions on this topic, over the last couple of years, and I absolutely love energy. I've been fascinated with energy my whole entire life, and it makes a lot of sense to me. So I'll give you a little bit of a background. In 2002, I was introduced to Reiki, and I had never heard of Reiki before, but it because of course it's energy work, and it really fascinated me. And the universe sometimes has ways of putting things in front of us that we need to become aware of or hear or be open to. And that was the case with the Reiki. It was in a week and a half time frame. I went from never hearing of Reiki to being bombarded with it everywhere I went. It was Reiki, Reiki, Reiki. And at that time I was living in Ontario, about 2 hours north of Ottawa, and I needed to get out of the city every now and again because it was a little tiny town. And I called my cousin in Ottawa and I said, I'd love to come for a visit this weekend if it's possible. What are you doing? And she said, I'm taking an introductory course to Reiki. So I thought, oh my golly, right? So that was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to see if there's any room left for me and go. And that was, literally within a week and a half, it was boom, 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 boom. And then I became a Reiki master before I moved back home to Nova Scotia. But it was, when you're tuned in and you're open, it's amazing the stuff that you can receive.
That's
So I
amazing.
want, pardon?
I remember when I was getting certified to be an emotion code and body code practitioner, I did work on Jennifer, and every time I would come up with an emotion, Jennifer said she vibrated. So from early on of knowing you, I knew that you were already very intuitive and that you were meant for this. That you were meant for this work. So I'm excited that you're going through the certification process. And I always volunteer when people are going to get certified to get anything removed that doesn't need to be there. So
Uh,
yes.
I'm with you, sister. If anybody needs any kind of person to work on for anything that's energy related or releasing or healing, yeah, sign me up.
I know exactly. I mean, I can't even compare the way that I feel now as compared to how I was like a year ago before I started this energy healing work. There's just things inside that you just didn't even know were there. I just find it so mind blowing, like inherited trapped emotions and a heart wall and things that you just didn't even know about. I'm so fascinated by it. So, where are you now with your energy certification?
Oh my gosh, I am this close to being finished. All I have to do now is finish removing one more heart wall. And I think I have one session, tops two more sessions, but I feel confident that it will be one more session. So I can do that tomorrow and then I can submit all of my paperwork. So it's pretty exciting. I
Oh,
am
it's so
super
exciting.
excited. And Lori, I want to go back to what you were saying when you were getting your certification, because you really had a powerful impact on me during that time, because I had exposure to emotion code, but I had only had one session and it was really great with what came up. But when you and I were working fairly closely and you removed my heart wall, and some of the things that came up for me were, like you said, just absolutely incredible, which made so much sense to me. I mean, a lot of people who know me, or if you don't know me, I've been studying personal development and personal growth for literally decades, since I was a kid. However, I'm thinking, I have all this information, and a lot of it is just information that's been sitting on the shelf. I'll admit that, and I'm working on getting better at implementing it. But the reality is, I've been bombarded, I think, pretty much my whole life, knowing that energy was going to be a part of it. And sometimes I guess I kind of balked it a little bit and I resisted it a little bit. But when you were releasing my heart wall, that's when I started to just be a lot more open to, you know what, okay, this is something that I need to do. And then I started getting really excited. And I wasn't sure. I thought, maybe some point down the road I'll get certified. I wasn't in a big panic. I knew that it was going to happen at some point. But I have to tell you again, like and this is what is so amazing. It reminded me of when I was involved with the Reiki, and when I was being bombarded with Reiki, emotion code was everywhere, and I couldn't help but feel really super excited every time I thought about it. And when you released my heart wall, the weight that was lifted from me, like you were saying, you haven't been the same. I just felt so much lighter, and I thought that I was really light, and I thought that I was really optimistic and mostly high vibe. But going through that process and the body code too, some of the stuff that came up for me when I released it, it made so much sense. It made sense to the fact that, okay, I've been involved with personal growth, but with these trapped emotions and broadcast messages and idea allergies and curses and entities, and I know that might sound pretty far out for a lot of people if you're listening and you haven't been around energy work, but my golly, I'll tell you right now, it makes so much sense. And when that started lifting, I felt freedom. That's how I felt. I felt freedom, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I feel that I can actually be me now, and I'm not going to have all these extra things weighing me down that I didn't even know were there, that I didn't know were interfering with my everyday life, that I didn't know were interfering with my ability to make stuff happen. So now I'm like, I feel like a new person, and I'm so excited.
I feel a little bit led to talk about like the fact that before we do any healings, we always pray to God and
Oh
ask
my
for his
gosh.
protection and ask for his discernment and ask him to help us to help the other people, because I was brought up from a little girl in church and I knew that this was going to be a sensitive subject for people with energy. And, you know, every time I do it in Jesus' name, I mean, whatever your God is, whatever it is, I always pray to my God. And in Jesus' name, please ask for help and please remove these negative, you know, to help me, to help somebody else, because it's all about pure love and wanting everybody to be the best version of themselves. So I'm sorry to interrupt. I just really wanted to add that because God is helping us help others, in my opinion.
And you know what, Lori, I couldn't agree more. I think that that's a really important point to mention, because some people think when you talk about energy work that it's counter or that it's anti-religion, and it is so not. I mean, we are all connected. We're all, children of the creator, whether that be God for you or whatever it is for you. But definitely, I mean, it's because of that connection that we are able to do this work. And it's
Absolutely.
really, it's a true blessing. It's a gift. And I mean, it is so important, and it really can make a difference. And that's where people, I think, people get nervous. And I said to my husband the other day, I said, why do you think that people are, opposed or nervous or don't want to even expand or learn about energy work? And he said he thinks that people, they don't believe, they don't know. And if you don't know something, sometimes you're fearful of it, or you're afraid to try it, or maybe have some beliefs that you've been raised that this kind of energy work is not right for you. I really encourage everyone to be open, because it really is life changing, and it is part of our divine calling from our creator. So really, we're doing a disservice if we don't use our gifts to help more people.
Well, and why would you want to go on and go forward in life with having things that are kind of holding you back? That's what I love about energy healing, is it's like the veil has been lifted and you're not going to be held back any longer. Like I literally get at least one session a week, if not more. Anytime somebody is getting certified, I always volunteer because I feel like there's so much crap inside and even inherited crap that I needed to get rid of, that I literally am not the same person that I was a year ago. I mean,
No.
it's unbelievable. And the dates of when things were trapped, for the ones that I do know about, are so on point that it's like absolutely mind blowing. And I'm sure both of us, if you contact either one of us, will give a free introductory session so that
Oh my
somebody could
gosh,
see whether
yes.
it's even right for them or not, So
Absolutely. I think that it's really cool. And if you're open, like Lori said, I mean, both of us are open to give an introductory session, like 15 minutes or so. It's amazing. You can get quite a bit released in 15 minutes. It might not seem like a very long time, but in 15 minutes, you can actually release a lot. And the other thing it's really good for too is pain. So
well,
Lori,
that's the prover.
that just brings me to a point. I know the other day when we were talking, you had mentioned that your wrist was sore, and we did a little bit of work on that. Now, I don't know. I don't think, did you rest your wrist, or have you still been playing tennis?
You know what? I actually have rested it. Today I was supposed to play, but I mean, I thought I was supposed to play, but we had a bye today. And yesterday, I usually have a clinic on Monday morning, and we postponed that one to Friday morning. So I actually have rested my wrist.
Good. And how's it feeling today?
I mean, it definitely feels better than it did before you worked on it, for sure. But I still have a little pain, like right in here. It was like an 8. Remember, it was an 8,
Yep.
and we brought it
Yep.
down to like a 6. This
So
morning I
what would
woke
you
up
say?
with a little bit of a brand new weird feeling. It was in my right ankle.
Oh,
I don't know if that's from going to yoga for the first time in a while yesterday or what, but it was in my right ankle. And I was listening to one of our calls last night, and our chief healing officer, Emmanuel Zavallos, and now I'm probably not going to be able to quote the quote exactly, but most pains and sicknesses are all due to an imbalance in our energy. So, you want to work on
makes
me?
sense.
Did you want
It
to
makes
fix my
sense. Yeah.
ankle?
Do you want to do your
Okay.
ankle, or do you want to do your
Oh yeah.
wrist?
Oh yeah.
Which one?
How about just incorporate them both? It's the right side. So any injury on the right side, yeah, it's right
All
ankle,
right.
right wrist. I'm sure
All right.
you can. I'm so
All right.
excited. Woohoo! Little
Yeah, let's do
StreamYard
a healing
interview, a little healing at the
for
same time.
Lori.
Oh,
Okay,
this
so
is awesome.
I'm just going to write some stuff down here, Laura. So if you were to rate your ankle pain, did you say your left ankle and your left or right? Did you say?
No,
Sorry.
right and right. Right wrist and right ankle.
Okay. So what pain level would you say that your wrist and your ankle are right now? From 1 to 10, with 10 being really super, super can't stand it, intense pain.
Okay, so probably the ankle would be like at a level 4, and
Okay.
probably the wrist, because it's so annoying, is probably a level 6. I do everything with my wrist. I play tennis, I do hair, I blow hair dry. So so this one's more of like a level 6.
Okay. All right. So we are going to ask for help, and we're going to do, Lori and I will connect in a minute, but I'm just going to write a statement that we're just going to look for trapped emotions to help Lori reduce and eliminate pain in her right ankle and her right wrist. Does that sound like a good
Sounds
one? So
perfect.
we'll be able to cover that. All right. So let's just take a quick minute to close our eyes, have a prayer to connect, and to basically, we're going to open ourselves up. You and I are going to connect energetically, and I'm going to say a prayer to be open, for you to be open, that we can release as many trapped emotions that we can that are creating this pain in your wrist and in your ankle. All right, I'll have a sip here. It's also really important to make sure that you stay hydrated too. That's another really important thing. Okay, so I'm just going to be silent for a moment and just have a little prayer. Connect. All right. So Lori and I are now energetically connected, and emotion code is all done through muscle testing, just so you know. So there's all different kinds of ways to muscle test, ranging from the sway test to hole in one to ring and ring, pendulums. There's tons of things that you can do to muscle test. But what it happens is you can get yes and no answers. So I like the hole in one method, which is for me just really, I don't know, it just seemed the perfect fit for me. But you can experiment if you're interested to find what works best for you. So Lori and I are connected, and Lori, you are 55 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, so are there trapped emotions that we can release today for Lori that will help reduce and eliminate pain in Lori's right ankle and right wrist? Okay, and the answer is yes. So let's see what we have here. First of all, this, and you know what, I have to tell you that I get really, really excited when I'm doing this, because it's just, some people get chills and really intense vibrations. I do all the time, and lately I've been getting some different visualizations, so it's really cool. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's just absolutely amazing. And I want you to imagine, Lori, when we find these trapped emotions, I want you to imagine that you're going to be filled with love and light, and that's going to come in, and it's going to push that trapped emotion out into the universe so that it can be neutralized. And the good news is that once it's released forever. You don't ever have to worry about it again. And we're going to fill that space with love and light. Oh, you see my kitty? That's Mike in the background. All right, here we go. So first emotion, column A, column B, column E. So guilt comes up first. Okay, now, do we need to know more? Yes. So let's see if we can find it when that guilt landed there. So was it before the age of 30, between 30 and 40? So 38. Anything ring in your head for guilt around that time, Lori?
There's so many things it could be. I mean, yeah.
So there's a bunch of things coming in your head. So just for anyone who's listening, it's your subconscious knows if you need to know more. Your subconscious knows exactly what it is that needs to get released. Sometimes we need to know more information about it. Sometimes we don't. So Lori just got kind of a flash of things that it could be. So I'm just going to see if we need to know anything else about that. And we don't. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to release that trapped emotion of guilt around age 38. Here we go. Big breath in and imagine love and light filling you and booting that trapped emotion out. And incidentally, trapped emotions can be various sizes, anywhere from like a clementine up to even a volleyball, I've heard. So and they can be anywhere in your body. So once they're gone, we're going to replace it with love and light. Big breath in. Okay, so that's gone. Yay. And I don't know, did you get chills? Like I get chills.
I did, yes.
It's really cool. So that's gone. Let's see if there are any other trapped emotions that we can release today to help reduce and eliminate Lori's ankle and wrist pain on her right side. Yes, there is. Okay. Let's drop my chart. So forlorn came up. Okay, let's see what age that was. 48. 48 forlorn. Anything come up for you for that time, Laura?
Just probably just missing my children, the love of my children. Really wanting them to be closer, and I'm sure.
Yeah, that's it. I just muscle tested, and that's it. So we can go ahead and release that now. Big breath in, and we're going to fill that space with love and light. Awesome. Okay, is it gone? Yes, it's gone. Yay! Yay! And I got another
Yay.
one of those things. One of those things I call them. All right. Is there
The
any
vibration,
others?
right?
Yeah, yeah. And I guess my girlfriend
I
and
love
I
that
from the
about you.
time, pardon?
I love that about you, that you like vibrate. It's so cool.
Oh,
That's
it's
how I
so
knew you
cool.
were already intuitive.
Well, it's funny because, and I'll just digress for a moment, but sometimes we stuff our gifts and and that's what I did for many years, for a lot of years. And then just recently in the last little bit, I thought, you know what, because things pop in now and again, and that was always great. But now I thought, you know what, I'm just going to open myself up to my gifts, and it's been fun. I've been having some really cool experiences. Some of those ones where you think, oh my gosh, is this really happening, or am I losing my mind? And I've gotten clarification and verification and validation that no, I'm not losing my mind. So that's a good thing.
You mentioned the other day on the phone that your girlfriend called you weird, or you're still just so weird. And I heard something else later that said that when somebody's intuitive and intuition comes across as weird. And I
Yeah.
thought that was so funny because it was like almost the same exact word that your friend had said. Yeah, it's okay if you're weird. You're helping people. I think
Yeah.
you're so. I wouldn't use the word weird. I think you're just, I don't know, just so sparkly. I
Aw,
think you're so
thanks.
awesome. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
right back at you. I mean, that's one of the reasons that we connect, right? Because we both love the sparkle and glitter and just
right.
love feeling good.
Yep,
So there you go. But yeah, it's
yep.
funny. I've always kind of been the weirdo in my group growing up. It's like, it's like, oh, there's Jen. She has all these weird ideas and these things and beliefs, but I'm okay. I taught my kids, and it sounds really silly to say this, but my kids growing up, I always said it's okay to be weird as long as you're not the weird weird. So there we go.
Right, right.
I'm totally okay being weird. All right. So let's see what else we can get rid of for you, Laura. Um, Longing. All right. Let's see what age that was before the age of 30. 38. That's 38 came up again.
Yeah.
Longing.
I'm sure that was probably one of the same emotions. My youngest had moved to North Carolina, so probably longing to be with him more often. And yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're good. We're good. We're going to release that right now. Big breath in, filling it with love and light and letting it go out into the universe. All right, and that is gone. Yay! All right, is there another trapped emotion that we can release today for Lori to help reduce and eliminate pain in her right ankle and right chest? Stubbornness. I don't think I have had this one for you.
Ooh, that sounds familiar.
I know, right? It's fun. I mean, not that,
Well, I don't know why not.
I
I
know,
can be a
right?
little stubborn.
I'm thinking, I'm
Ask my
surprised we haven't
husband.
had that
He'll be
one.
like, yeah.
All right, let's see what do we need to know before the age of 30. 28.
28.
8 is a big number for you today. It's 28, 38, and 48. Those are the numbers, all of the ages that we've had. So that makes me
So every
think
10 years, yeah.
right? There's
28,
and
28.
the number 8, I'm just writing that down and it reminds me of infinity. Anyways, I don't know. I'm just getting some things popping in my head. So 28, does that ring a bell for you? Anything jump into mind?
Well, I think I just have a tendency towards, I don't know, 28. I kind of have a little bit of CRS. I don't know if you know what that means. Can't remember stuff. I'll say stuff. So 28, stubbornness. I'm sure. I mean, yeah. If something comes more clear, I'll let you know, but it doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so we can release this. Yep. Let's release stubbornness at 28. Big breath in, filling it with light and love and shooting that out into the universe. I love this. I just love this. Okay, that's gone. Are there any other
So
trapped
awesome.
emotions? Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, it's just, I don't know. For anyone who's watching, it's incredible. Like, and I mean, sometimes people feel things, sometimes you don't. Either way, it's working. But I mean, I love feeling the lightness, and I visualize the light coming in and shooting that trapped emotion out into the universe. So worthless came up.
That's one of those emotions that comes up kind of more often than not.
You know what? It does. It comes up, oh my golly, with a lot of people. I think it's probably one of the more common ones that, if you had to pick, the top 10, that's definitely way up there on that list for sure. So let's see what age that
and
was, Lori.
unworthy.
Yes. Yes. $23.
Ooh, you know what? I didn't realize how vulnerable I was going to feel getting this done
Yeah.
publicly like this.
Yeah. It's brave. I'm very proud of you, Lori, because it's brave to do this in front of people because I mean, you don't have to say, but you just say whatever's on your heart and it's all good. But I'm really proud of you because it is tough. And I
We can
love you.
release that one.
You are worth so much. You are invaluable. And you're awesome.
Love you, girl.
I love you too.
Wow, this is
All right.
huge.
It is. It's a big one. It is a big one.
Especially the age it's a big one. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? Oh my goodness. We're totally getting this one. This is getting gone right now. Totally getting gone. Oh my goodness. Okay, big breath in, Lauren. We're sending that worthless out there. It doesn't need to be, it's not serving you at all. Whew.
So I just want to say to all you people that might be out here watching that that was when my first husband divorced me, and things were not good. And Jennifer does not know my story, so she has no idea that 23 is like such a huge age for me, and probably I felt the most unworthy and worthless like ever
Aw.
in my whole entire life. So that was such a huge emotion, and I just want to publicly just like tell
Oh,
everyone you have no idea about like those types of things because I don't talk
it's
about them. And for you to hit that right on the button like that is so huge. And so I just wanted to just say that and confirm your amazing intuition. So you can continue.
thank you. I'm still vibrating on that one, Lori. It felt really, really big. Um, and I think that there's some stuff hidden under there because it doesn't want to go yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make sure we're gonna
Oh
take
wow.
care of that because there's something hidden there.
Oh
So let's
wow.
see. So it looks like there's two trapped emotions hidden underneath that, which makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Let me see what do
Mm-hmm.
we have. Unworthy. Oh my God. See, we were just talking. Sorry,
Ooh.
excuse my language. Unworthy just came up, hidden under that. We were just talking about. See, you know yourself, right? I mean, it's not,
Yep.
I'm not surprised that that just came up. Okay. And let's see what
I'm
age was.
certainly not surprised.
No. All right. Let's just see if that's around that same. Yeah. Okay. So that's same age, 23. So let's see what else is hidden in there. Shame. That's another big one that comes up a lot.
What's that?
Let's see. Shame.
Shame.
And that was
Okay.
hidden under the worthless too. So let's see what else do we have. At what age was that? And that's 23 too. That came up. So that is a big one. So we're gonna get rid of that shame now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Big breath in. Imagine being filled with light and love and shooting that shame out into the universe because that's not serving you and you don't need that crap. Whew. All right. Okay. Gone. And that unworthy at 23, we're getting rid of that now too. Big breath in, filling with love and light and shooting that out into the universe. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now let's see if that worthless. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do some extra there. Okay. All right. Is that trapped emotion of worthless gone? Okay. So they're all gone now, Lori. Yay. Gone, 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 gone. Let's see if there's anything else that we can. Yeah. That was like, you know what? That was like huge. I feel like you're going to feel a huge, huge, huge shift with that one because it was that stuff that gets trapped there. It's not serving you at all. All right. Are there any other trapped emotions that we've noticed today for Laura to help reduce and eliminate the pain in her right wrist and ankle? Forlorn came up again.
Forlorn. Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, that's number 2 that came up. Okay, before the age 25. So I think this is an inherited one, Lori. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what we can find out about this one. Is it from Lori's mom? Lori's dad. So from your dad. Okay. Did Lori's dad inherit this? Yes. From his mother and father. Did Lori's grandfather inherit this? Yes. Six generations. Ooh. On your dad's side. So, all right. Let's get rid of that. Oh my goodness. I get major chills. Okay. So this is a big one. And because it's inherited, I'm going to do the magnet 10 times over the governing meridian, which we didn't talk about, but that's what this is magnet over the governing meridian to release this. All right. Big breath in, and we're going to release that inherited forlorn, filling it with light and love. And the good thing is that it releases it from all of the past generations, all of the future, any generations where it could be. So there's going to be a big party saying, yay, that forlorn is gone. Yay. Woohoo. Okay. All right, here we go. Big breath in, filling this with light and love. Whew. Oh my. Okay. All right. Is it gone? Yes. Okay. That's gone. Yay. All right. Are there any other trapped emotions that we can release today for Lori that will help reduce and eliminate her pain in her right wrist and her right ankle? So your body says that we're done for today. So that was a lot though, Lori. That's quite a bit. So let's see what you need, how many days you need for processing. Less Monday. So 2 days processing. So that's pretty good.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm so excited.
You're welcome.
Wow, that was some heavy stuff. I should be feeling really, a lot better, huh?
It was. So let's talk about that, Lori. Like when you release these emotions, sometimes you immediately can feel a huge relief. Other times you may or you may not. But when you're processing, sometimes you might be more sensitive. You might have experienced some emotions, which is all totally normal. Remember to drink lots of water and give yourself lots of grace. And remember that, sometimes things to be released have to surface first. So if you think about, when you have a facial and sometimes you might get some zits afterwards, it's because all that stuff that needs to come out has to come to the surface. So that's part of processing. And some people experience more intense things than others, but you may experience nothing or you might. So who knows? But let's think about, I want you to stand up for a second, Lori, and I want you to just move your wrist around and just move your ankle around and just get in tune with what your pain level is and see what kind of a difference that we're able to make today. How's your wrist feeling?
Well, I felt like something tingling on the outside of my arm when you released the last thing, and like there's no reason for me to feel anything just sitting here. So I thought that was bizarre to feel like I don't know, it was this weird feeling like, why would I feel something? I'm not doing anything except for petting my dog down here. So wow, it's so weird because people always ask me about the pain release, and I always said for me personally, I don't really know that I've really experienced. I'm blown away right now, honestly. I mean, it's almost like right this minute, I feel like the pain in my wrist is at a zero. I mean, woo! I know that it might come. I mean, it felt like a big bruise here earlier on when I was telling you about it. And now it feels like there's nothing.
Wow. So that is so
the big
cool.
test will be when I play my tennis match this week. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away.
That is,
I love that. I love that.
I'm so excited.
And then on live, that's so crazy.
That is crazy. Now, what about your ankle?
I always said, I know that it happens to other people, but does it happen to me?
And now you know it does happen to you.
Nothing. There's
nothing on your ankle either. Okay,
no, so it happens, but when it happens to me, that's proof.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm so excited right now. So you have zero pain in your wrist and your ankle.
I'm so excited.
Yay! You know what? It's so
Yes.
funny because last night when you called earlier
Yay.
this morning, it was funny because last night I was thinking, okay, I have to call Lori today. And as soon as my phone rang, I was like, I know that's Lori. it was,
Isn't that so cool? That's so
it
cool.
was,
When you
and I
can
was
be on the same wavelength.
yeah, totally, right? It's just we're putting that energy out there. But I knew like last night I was like, you know what? I wonder how Lori's wrist is doing, and I really want to get that pain out of there. So I am so excited. And yeah, everything
Me
happens for a reason.
too.
So that's why we were totally meant to have this call today.
That's so perfect. You're so perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. Thanks for healing
Oh my
me.
Yay! I'm so excited. Thanks for having
Yay.
me. I'm so like this is you just made
Oh,
my day. So to know that you're going to be going out there and you have no pain left in your wrist because you use your wrist like you say, I mean you cut hair, so you have to use your hand and your wrist. So it's
everything. Everything.
right. It's really super important for it to be
Yes.
working right.
It's I'm gonna have an amazing day doing hair today with no pain. That's exciting.
Yay! Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lori. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank
All right.
you. And we'll see you
Thanks.
next time.
Love you, girlfriend. All right. We'll talk to
Okay,
you
love
soon. Bye,
you.
everyone. Have a
Bye
great
bye,
day.
guys.
Love you too. Bye, friends.